I look at dogs differently now as a dog groomer than I did before I was a dog groomer. I can see when they need something, and I just want to help them all. As a dog groomer, I can see dogs differently. Every dog that I see on the street, I want to give them a business card because I want to groom them. I can see what their dog needs from a block away. But I do my best to educate every owner that comes in a positive light.
My name is Chris. I'm the owner of this dog daycare franchise. My wife and I take care of people's dogs when they go to work. They come here and play with other dogs in groups of 10 to 12. And then we have a handler, an enrichment specialist, in with the dogs to engage them in activities for stimulation. Then they get an hour of rest after an hour of play, and then we do a 2-hour play session, 2-hour rest. So we go back and forth, so the dogs get periods of rest and periods of play. We also do grooming. We have 2 groomers here. We have a grooming salon, so we do all the grooming services. So Angie and I, my wife, we book appointments for them. I don't cut dogs' hair. We do baths. I do some baths and nail trims. We also have 2 dog trainers here. We do training classes, basic obedience and intermediate obedience, and some workshops to help people get their dogs to behave better.
I'm the dog groomer here. I just started here a few months ago, but before that, I was a dog groomer. I've been a dog groomer for 11 years. So as a dog groomer, I bathe the dogs, dry them. I pick products based on their skin and coat needs. Some dogs need like de-shedding shampoo and conditioner, which basically a de-shedding shampoo and conditioner is they have more silicones to help release the coat. Otherwise, there's some dogs that need like a hypo shampoo, oatmeal shampoo. So I just assess their skin and what they might need, and that's how I determine what bath to do. And then I blow dry them, and then I do their nails, brush, haircuts, depending on what they need. Every day is different, and that's why I like dog grooming. Is it's not just doing the same thing all day, every day. Sometimes I do long haircuts. Sometimes I do short haircuts. Sometimes I do no haircuts, just kind of depending on what the owner needs to do. It's really fun when I get to do creative sort of haircuts, but every day is different. A lot of owners, when they try to do it at home, they come back and they say, we'll leave this to the professionals because it's a lot of work to do at home. And they find that out very quickly.
I think dog daycare is really healthy for a dog's life in several different ways. Physically, they get energy out throughout the day instead of just being at home alone, because a lot of people go to work and the dog, sometimes, not saying all dogs are destructive, but they can chew up shoes and get restless. So it's really healthy for them to get physical exercise during the day. Also mental exercise. So we do a lot of games here, whether it's play equipment, snuffle mats, where it's a big mat where you hide treats and the dogs have to sniff it out. We do puzzle games where we put treats in different toy game puzzles where the dogs have to find those. So we do mental activities also. Mental stimulation is as tiring to a dog as physical exercise. So we combine both of those here. And the socialization aspect and everything we do is really important so that if you're out in the public with your dog, walking down the street or going to a brew pub, that they're comfortable around other dogs and other people. Everyone wants their dog to be friendly and behave, and we provide that. And we help people. That's the other thing that really stands out to me is people who need someone to watch their dog or they need some outlets for their dog. We provide that. So it hits on a lot of points, I think, of importance for the dog and the owner.
How long have we had Theo? We got him in September 2020, so it's been about 5 years. We got him when he was a year old. Now that he's 5, he doesn't run as much. He likes to kind of lay around outside a little more and just be a little more relaxed. He goes to the groomer once a month. He goes to the vet usually yearly for his checkup, outside of any other ailment, which is very uncommon for him. He loves our groomer a lot. He's very excited to go there. He howls and jumps around. They're also where he goes for daycare once a week. So while he's being taken care of, they'll be with him at the same time. The vet, he does surprisingly like. He just likes everybody. He likes people. So it doesn't matter what they're going to do to him. I don't think it's necessary for all dogs to go to a groomer. I could just as easily give them a bath at home. I don't have to have them do it. The only reason we do it with the daycare is to support a local business. You know, it's once a month. It's not every week. So we do it more for that reason.
I've owned a dog for about 7 years. I've owned 2 dogs. Actually, I've owned a dog longer than that, and a dog as a child as well, which was a different breed of dog. It was a Dalmatian versus now we have like a Husky Retriever dog. My dog as a kid wasn't a big fan of, in all honesty. It wasn't the nicest dog in the world. But the dog we have now is a great dog. I really enjoy owning a dog. Originally, I didn't want a dog, and now I really, really enjoy having a dog.
I was the one who pushed for a dog, and then we got it. Well, she actually came with this name, and we stuck with it. Her name is Joy. We came up with a lot of boy dog names, but we had none for girls. And then when she came to us, she had that name. We were like, oh, it's perfect. I want to own a lot of dogs, but my parents have sadly said no, because they say it's a lot of work. She has a lot of fur, and we can't contain it.
If there was like a hairstyle that Joy could potentially pick on her own, she probably would like, okay, there are probably two ways. If it's winter, she would like to have a nice, thick, big, puffy coat. I think that's what she would like, so she could stay outside more, kind of like a big, fluffy, just a fluffy kind of coat. And if it's summer, she would want to be buzz cut, kind of like I got something buzz cut like this, just nice and short, because she gets really hot during the summer. So I think there'd be 2 different kind of hairstyles. Matters this season. As far as grooming Joy, I am too cheap to send her to like a place where she would get groomed. She doesn't really need a lot. She kind of sheds a lot, so she doesn't need to get like a haircut or anything like that. The only thing, actually, we do take her to the vet to get her nails clipped, so she kind of gets groomed for that probably once every couple months. But otherwise, our grooming that we do on her is pretty much just like brushing her and stuff like that. So it's and we do that, gosh, not enough, maybe once a month. Probably should do more than we do.
Bob and I have had dogs as a married couple since we got married in 1993. So we have a cabin up north that we have found that the groomers are a little bit cheaper up there. So we take them to get groomed and get their hair cut probably twice a year.
At least once a year.
Yeah.
Usually we'll try and do it here in the spring.
Yeah.
So that when they get up, because they'll run around in the tall grasses and stuff, and with the Goldens have kind of a longer fur, so they'll get like thistles and stuff like that in there. So we try and get them trimmed up pretty good in the spring. Mm-hmm. And then I have a monthly membership at a dog place here in Shoreview where once a month I can take them over there and do self-service baths. So we're able to give them baths, and we'll usually do that. Like I did it last week when I took them to the dog park and they got all muddy.
Groomers around here are really hard to get into, even up north. That sometimes we have to call like a month, 2 months in advance.
3 months sometimes.
Yeah, to get an appointment.
There's been some times where we had to go the year without getting them groomed because it's hard for us to, especially going up north, to commit to a weekday that we'll be up north. So the scheduling can be a real a detriment.
When they do get groomed, I mean, they look better. So, but I don't think it's totally necessary to groom.
I don't think it's a major health problem for them.
Yeah,
but it probably makes them feel a little better. And
yeah.
So when their hair's longer, if they get the thistles in it, then sometimes we'll just have to kind of take a scissors and groom them a little bit ourselves where the thistles are stuck in their fur.
But we just get it trimmed up. Once we had another dog, Maisie, that Bob cut once, and he cut her like way down to her her undercoat, and Maisie was a little bit embarrassed. Like she'd go out in the front lawn and she would hide in the bushes so other dogs couldn't see her.
At least that's the story that Sarah's sticking with. Yes, I did trim her a little too short.
Yeah, regular grooming helps the dogs bloom into a well-behaved and well-maintained dog. So I groom dogs and they bloom in turn.